We have an aquarium here with some really established, very beautiful African cichlids. Now, there's a huge Plecostomus in the back there. There's a bunch of Laylupis buzzing around. But I would consider the option of looking at an extra filter. At the moment, everything actually looks really good. The fish look very good. And we've got a temporary light on there. The filter is looking relatively clean, so it would be nice to get a water test results. But the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is some of the fish are just a little bit skinny. So when you look underneath the fish, when you look where the anus is, you want it to go, the belly to go down to the anus, not up to the anus. So see that one there? Mm-hmm. See the way the belly is a little bit is it convex or concaved? I think it's concaved. So I want to see your food too. The reason why I want to see it is I want to see what pellets may advantage what fish. So that might be Danichi. So that's probably a very good food. And also your bigger fish tend to be fatter than your smaller fish, which isn't a rule. So if this was my tank, I'd probably want to feed a little bit more. See this guy, he's really good. He's got a perfect belly on him. Uh-huh. That's obviously the dominant Venustus in the tank.
It is.
And he is doing very well. He looks very nice. But
his name's Moby Dick.
So Moby Dick is doing well. But we sort of want the other fish to look like Moby Dick too. So to me, this looks like Danichi food. So it's probably, that looks like very good food. But I would like to see you add some Spectrum's a probiotic. I could check the car, I might have some in there. Now Spectrum's probiotic, I'd like a smaller pellet because obviously we got more here.
There's two different types that we use.
Okay, so that looks like Danichi too. So that's very good food. Uh-huh. But I'm wondering whether you either just need to add more of that, which is possible, or whether you got a smaller size pellet to advantage the smaller fish. Maybe I don't think that's heaps important. Maybe Moby Dick's getting a lot of food, that's fine. But I'd just like you to pay a little bit more attention to the bellies. So over about a month, now what I don't want you to do is go and start feeding too much. Because feeding too much is worse than feeding not enough. I want you to slowly up the food until all of the fish look like Moby. So I want to look underneath the fish and I want to see just a little bit of a belly. I don't want to see a fat belly. So I want to see a little bit more food go in here. Now, if over time you notice that the little fish are staying skinny and the bigger fish are staying fat, that can actually be the case then that you need smaller pellets. And then if you do notice for any reason the smaller fish are fat and the bigger fish are skinny, sometimes it's good to add some bigger pellets. So the things that make a difference is the size of the pellet and the quality of the pellet. So you can't get better than Danichi. Danichi is about the best you can get. But for now, I think just increase the amount of Danichi and I think you'll solve this problem. Some of the fish are looking a little bit old, like I'm not sure how old that fella is. For example, in the wild, these fish live about 4 to 7 years. So have you any estimate how old that fella is?
No idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, and how long you had the fish?
I don't know. No, I didn't even know that. How long have we had the fish, Mike? A couple of years? Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, and if you get them big, we don't know how old they were when you got them either. No, that's right.
So long and short is I want the fish fed a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit worried that you don't have a thermometer. So you've got a heater, and I felt the temperature. It feels fine. Yeah. But I'm always scared of not having a thermometer because the heater sets the temperature, but it doesn't actually. I don't trust it to give you the temperature. Look at the Laylupi, they're so beautiful.
Oh, are they the little yellow ones?
Yeah, the little yellow fellas. Now your catfish, by the way, they're not going to breed.
Because they're the same sex.
Well, no, because they're Plecostomus species, and they get really big, and they don't really breed in aquariums. Oh. But they look similar to things like bristlenose, and they do breed in aquariums. Oh. But these guys here, I'm not going to expect them to breed. They're not one that will commonly breed.
Well, all those little yellow ones are new ones.
So you've bred the Laylupis?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very cool. And this stuff here is really magic, this stuff here. Because fish keeping is 50% fish food. And assuming that's Danichi, that's very good food. And then it's 50% water quality. And this polyfilter stuff is magic. It pretty much just adsorbs and absorbs anything impure out of the water. But if this was my tank, the only thing that I would consider is that right now I'm looking at nice clear water and I'm looking at nice healthy fish that just need a bit more food. But as fish grow and as you start getting closer to the capacity of the aquarium, as in there ends up being too many fish in there because they're all growing, I'd really like to see an extra. I'd put a AquaL Turbo 2000 into this tank, and I'd add it as a second filter, or I'd think about getting a canister filter, even better. The canister filter goes down there, and then it actually picks up and returns from the tank. Now, yeah, the only disadvantage is that due to the shape of this tank, cutting out the top is going to be probably not that fun. So maybe the internal one's going to be easier to install. And the internal one will do a really good job. But the long and short of it is I'm looking at a very healthy, very clean, very nice set of fish. But I'd like a little bit of extra filtration just as they grow. And so I'll come over again with the right size light. And if you wanted me to, I can bring the other filter to install.
Yeah, please, that would be good.
And other than that, all good.